Welcome once again to Octane Mobile Gaming with yours truly, I Octane. So we've got the new deck for the next event, and we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna take a look at this deck, and we're gonna see if it's a really good deck. So the deck for this week is a Beast Killer deck, and the event is a Water Commander, as you probably already know. The ultimate form is called the Fabled Sojourners, and it's a Wizard of Oz team. So we're gonna jump right in. The battle skill for your ultimate form is called Braveheart Blades. It will create 3 water power gem freeze. It will create an extra water power gem 3 based on intensity. The intensity requirement is 200 beast killer intensity, which is too high. I think that's far too high. I had a problem with 100 intensity. I think 50 intensity was relatively good. 100 intensity, I could live with that. 200 intensity is really too high. I think it's way too high for any deck. It's got the skill where it counts all the power gem, water power gems, not just any old power gem from off affinity. It has to be water power gems, not just water gems, so bear that in mind. It will count all the water power gems on the board, and then on the next turn it will create the same number of water power gems, but it will be water power gem 2s. So if it's water power gem 4s, it will count them and then it will create water power gem 2s on the next turn. So you don't want to activate a card that's going to create like 16 water power gem 4s, swap those, and then the next turn you generate 16 water power gem 2s. But the Master Collection card has got the same skill. That part of the skill comes from the Master Collection card, while the first part of the skill comes from the Ultra Rare. So we're going to have a look at those soon. It's got a 8 gem charge rate, and it's got a 5 turn cooldown, which is way too high. Heartless Assault is one of the passive, so when this hero attacks, it increases the total damage dealt by Beast Killer hero by 50%. So it doesn't matter if it's fire, dark, as long as it's Beast Killer, it will increase the damage output by 50%, and it decrease the damage taken by 10%. At the start of each turn, so this is a second passive, at the start of each turn, it will charge the battle skill of all Beast Killer hero by 25%. This card has got an 8 gem charge rate, so that means that would be 2 gems. So if you match 2 gems, the amount battle meter, that would be equivalent to 2 gems, which a bit senseless really, because it doesn't reset the battle skill. That would have been nice if it actually resets the battle skill as well. Would have been really good. So the ultimate form seems okay to me. Not really good, but it seems okay. It depends on what you've got in combination with the ultimate form will either determine if your deck is powerful or not. And it depends on the level of your ultimate form. 6 pink star ultimate form, definitely you will have so much cards you can pick, choose. You could make so much deck combination with 6 Master Collection and 6 Ultra Rare and a 6 pink star ultimate form. But as it goes, a lot of us are free to play, like myself. 1 pink star ultimate form is really something to celebrate when you're a free to play player. So you won't have a lot of cards to play around with. So the deck will not be really that powerful from that perspective. Let's look at the Master Collection card, which is Lionheart Lady Darty. And Darty will count the number of water power gems on the board, and on the next turn she will create the same number of water power gems, but these will be water power gem 2s. Again, it's got 8 gem charge rate, 5 gem cooldown. It's got 2/2 support, which is the only passive that it's got. At the start of each turn, it will charge the battle skill of all Beast Killer hero by 25%. Again, I think it's senseless charging your battle skill but not being able to reset your battle skill. Well, it probably will become handy if you're going up against a boss that's got fear. So every time you lose your battle skill, if you've got 4 cards that can give you 25% of your battle skill, you'll have a full battle skill every turn, which is not too bad. But in other situations, that won't be really necessary. The ultra rare Armored Automaton, which I've got 2 copies of it. It creates 3 water power gem freeze plus 1 additional per 200 beast killer intensity. Really too high. Charge rate 8 gems. Cooldown 1 turn. Absolutely brilliant. I love that part. It's got a 1 turn cooldown. So you can activate this card every turn. You are creating 3 power gem 3s on every turn. So I'm thinking if you've got 2 copies of the ultra rare, 2 copies of a master collection card, and 1 ultimate form, you just keep activating your ultra rares on every turn, creating as much power gems on the board as possible. Then on your final activation, you activate all your battle skill and you'll probably be able to fill the board with power gem. I think that's the way they're heading towards. However, when we get to the support card, you're gonna see the sting in the tail. So that is okay. We haven't looked at Heartless Assault. We know what Heartless Assault is. It will increase your damage output by 50% and decrease your damage taken by 10%. So again, if you've got 2 ultra rare, 1 ultimate form, then you have to take into account the total amount of damage that each one of these cards are going to increase your deck by. I'm not too sure of how it's calculated. Not sure if you've got 3 cards each giving 50%, if all that is added together and then you multiply the total damage. I'm not sure how it actually works. Not really knowledgeable on the calculation, so can't really tell you how it actually works. This is your event card, and your event card will create 5 water power gem 2s plus 1 additional per 200 beast killer intensity. Again, I think the intensity is too high, but for a event card, being able at some point in time to fill the board with power gem 2s is really brilliant. So if you've got 2 or 3 copies of this and you get up to say 1,000 intensity, each one of these cards will be creating an extra 5 power gem 2s. That will give you an extra 15. So at 1,000 intensity, you can actually get 30 power gem 2s on the board. But getting up to that amount of intensity will take a really long time. It's really grindy, it's really long, it's really boring, and you can lose interest in the event quite quickly with a deck like that. That's why I hate high intensity deck. I like quick decks, I like quick turnaround decks that actually can fill the board with power gems quite quick, deal massive amount of damage. I like those type of decks and I really enjoy playing them, especially when the skills are quite interesting. Tin Man is your support card for this week. Tin Man will create 1 water power gem 1 and 3 water gems. It's got a 1 turn cooldown, which is really nice. It also heals. So each time this hero attacks, it heals for 400% of hero recovery. It dispels power gem silence, and it's the only card within the deck that generates power gem silence. So at some point you will have to incorporate this card within your combination, and they made it so that you cannot leave the support card out at all. You have to include the support card within one of your combination, because I think 1 or 2 of the bosses are going to be running power gem silence. So that's your deck in a nutshell. Do I think it's a deck worth chasing after? Not really. It will perform quite well within its event. I think the battle skills are interesting. Is the battle skill quite powerful? I think not, because if you activate a card that creates Power Gem 4s, you'll have to match those, and then on the turn after, you will create Power Gem 2s, which I think is a pitfall. If it was Power Gem 4s, I think it would have been a bit better. I think it would have been far, far better. Now let's have a look at possible combinations. So this is the combination that I'm thinking of running. However, if I had, say, for example, Ultimate Farm, Master Collection card, and all of that, or if I had only one Ultra Rare, two Master Collection card, one Ultimate Farm, I could use the Ultra Rare from this deck that actually can create 15 Power Gem 3s. So let's find it. So this is the Ultra Rare, Sea Swelling Titan. Sea Swelling Titan will create 3 Power Gem 2s and add 4 stacks of power up for 4 turns. It will refresh its duration each time you activate its skill. So it takes 4 turns until power up expires. Basically, it's a grail mechanics. So for those of you who know the grail mechanics, you actually know how this card will actually work. For those of you who are new to the game, this card will build up stocks of something called Power Up. It goes up to 15 stack, and after 15 stack, you stop activating your battle skill. You allow your stacks to expire. You allow Power Up to expire. So you have to actually just match gems for 4 turns. After 4 turns, Power Up will expire. And when it expires, it will actually create 15 Power Gem 3s. So if you've got this on your deck with 1 Ultra Rare, 2 Master Collection card, 1 Ultimate Form, you've got 15 Power Gem 3s on the board. Your Master Collection card will give you 15, both your Master Collection card will give you 15 Power Gem 3s on next turn, which is 30 Power Gem 3s, plus your Ultimate Form giving you an extra 15. So you'll start creating Power Gem 4s at some point. Then your Ultra Rare will actually boost your damage output alongside your Ultimate Form. So that is one combination you could run. As I said, you can run 2 Ultra Rare, 2 Master Collection cards as well, depending on what you've got. So I could add a Sea Swelling Titan onto this combination, and I could perform really well with this deck combo because I've got the killer skill courtesy of the Breeze Breaker, which is Ultimate Form for the Sea Swelling Titan deck. So that's one possible combination. There is so much combination that you can actually come up with depending on what cards you've got. We look at those tomorrow as well. I'll try and see if I'm able to get something from the 500 gem vault. Hopefully a copy of the Master Collection card. However, unless I get the card that I require to get the Shiny Master Collection card, I won't get the Shiny Master Collection card because I haven't got that one in my inventory and it's not available in the Proving Ground store. This is the card that I actually need, Cannon Blast Barbarossa, and it's not available currently in the Proving Ground store unless I get it as well from the 500 gem vault. I'm definitely not gonna get the Shiny Master Collection card, but if I get one Master Collection card, I'm quite happy. The new season starts today. It's a dark theme season and it's called Obsidian, and the collection is really, really rubbish, in my opinion anyway. Most of the stuff inside here, the only good thing inside here is the Shiny Master Collection card pounded art, and apart from that, if you need a Almar, you can get an Almar as well, but the rest of the stuff within the collection is pretty poor. one of the things that I wanted to talk about is past Master Collection cards, past decks, because there's quite a lot of cards we've collected over the years. I've been playing now for 2 years, so I've got quite a lot of cards within my collection. One of the deck that I've got is this one, and I think this deck is a pretty good deck. It was a pretty decent deck when it came out. However, this deck I've just got it in my collection as a collector's item. It hasn't got much use. Reforge Network came up with reforging last year. Haven't heard anything for over a year about reforging. I think Network should start looking into getting these cards upgraded where they can actually be usable in events. I mean, the ultimate forms that we collected last year, a few of them are usable, but a lot of them are totally unusable nowadays, because as we know, the bosses are running quite high health, and these ultimate forms aren't able to deal the amount of damage required to take down the bosses nowadays. So I think Network should look into actually getting most of these cards, if not all of these cards, upgraded to the current meta, so we can actually start using these cards rather than just having these cards in our inventory for the purpose of collecting an extra season coin. Because I believe, yeah, they're quite good when you've got the card and you can collect an extra season coin or two. But to be able to use a lot of these cards would be quite brilliant, because I think the battle skill on these cards are absolutely brilliant. We've got some brilliant skills on some of the past cards that we have. A lot of people deleted a lot of their cards. I had to delete a few, not a lot, but a few. This is one of the decks that I really love. It's a really brilliant deck, the Alex deck. It was the deck from Halloween 2018. Still got it. Still relatively a brilliant deck in my opinion. It's got what we call Halloween mechanics that has gone through the window now. We don't really use this mechanics much in the new meta, but I think this deck is a really brilliant deck. You can reforge this deck. It can be reforged. However, what you need to reforge, these cards aren't available. You were able to reforge it, I think, sometime last year. I didn't do it because the skills on the reforge deck was garbage compared to what the original is. And I think that's one of the problems with the reforging, is that when you reforge a lot of your cards, especially ultra rare, they lose value. They gain in damage output, but they lose value in the sense of their skills. Their skills was changed and they didn't do what they used to do, so they weren't as powerful in regards to their battle skill. But I think if Network actually invested some time and effort in actually getting these cards upgraded to say the same level as the past ultimate forms, these cards will be able to be usable in the current events. But is what it is. We can only voice our opinion, and it's up to Network to actually change up a lot of these stuff, because I think a lot of these cards are really usable, and I think we should be able to actually get some of the past Master Collection cards just for collectors purposes in the season collection. We were able to collect a few other past Master Collection cards, like Hellbeautious Decay and Thought. Those came in the first two seasons. Since those two cards came in, and we were able to collect, I think, Grove Guardian as well. But recently we haven't been able to collect past Master Collection cards because most people say they're useless. But I think people who are just starting to play the event would like to collect a few of those past Master Collection cards just for collector's items until Network decide to actually reforge these cards or upgrade these cards that they're able to be usable in the current meta. Okay, so the event starts tomorrow. Should you go chasing after the deck? You know my views about that. If you've got the gems and you can go up to tier, say tier 4, should go up to tier 4, going up to tier 6. I don't think so. I don't think it's a brilliant deck. I think it's okay for what it is. I think the skills could have been a bit better. I don't think it's gonna be a really powerful deck after the event. I don't think it's gonna be a brilliant utility deck. But however, I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. So I'll try to get the deck primarily to showcase the skill and show you guys out there how I use it and how you can use it and in what combination you can use it with. But apart from that, I don't think it's a deck worthy of chasing after. Okay, so I'm gonna save my coins and I'm gonna see if the next event, which is a Earth Commander, is gonna be a brilliant deck. If not, I'll keep saving my coins and wait on the Light Slayer or whichever deck is brilliant. I'll use my season coins to actually craft that deck. All right, so that's it from me until tomorrow when we do a possible deck combination. We look to see if we can get a Master Collection card, then we'll go a bit more in depth into the combinations. We'll see cards that can actually aid in performing quite well within the event. The event has changed a lot. The last event wasn't too bad. I really enjoyed the last event, the last Commander event. The last Slay event, as I said, I played just to enjoy myself. I didn't play because I wanted to be in the top tier of the league that I'm in. So I really enjoyed the last event because I was quite happy just playing at my leisure. So that's it from me. Like, subscribe, and as always, this is Octane saying peace, stay healthy, stay safe. See you on the next video. Bye for now.